Hi, this is Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp broadcaster Scott Kornberg. It's time to take a listen back to the week that was in the Miami Marlins organization with Triple-A Jacksonville, Double-A Pensacola, High-A Beloit, and Low-A Jupiter. First, for Jacksonville. Let's backtrack all the way back to July 2nd. The Jumbo Shrimp had a really nifty 5-4 victory over the Nashville Sounds in Tennessee. That was their last road victory for more than a month. They lost all the remaining games in Nashville. Then after the All-Star break, they had a 9-game road trip. They were swept in 3 games in Rochester, broomed in 6 games in Worcester. They dropped the series opener on Tuesday at Gwinnett, but then things changed on Wednesday against the Stripers. Down 1-0 in the second, Andrew Pintar launched a go-ahead 3-run homer in the third, and then Gage Miller put an exclamation point with a 3-run bomb of his own. Here's the 0-1. Crush deep to left, down the line, towards the corner. If it's fair, it's gone, and that ball is gone! 3-run monster home run for Gage Miller. He demolishes a hanging slider deep into the rainy night in Lawrenceville. Jacksonville wound up snapping a 13-game road losing streak with a 6-3 win over Gwinnett. They also won the opener of Saturday's doubleheader 8-4, and they will be playing for a series split in Sunday's 4:05 p.m. finale.
Hey everybody, this is Pensacola Blue Wahoos broadcaster Eric Bramer with an update on the Miami Marlins Double-A affiliate in the Southern League. Boy, what a week it has been in Pensacola. The Blue Wahoos playing the Montgomery Biscuits in a fight for the second half South Division title. The Wahoos lost their first 2 games on Tuesday and Wednesday, but then played a couple very memorable games, and by memorable, I mean we'll probably remember it for years to come. On Thursday, Eliezer Dishmay struck out 10 guys over 6 no-hit innings, and Nigel Belgrave carried that no-hitter into the 9th inning. The no-hitter was still intact through 8 2/3 before the Rays' top prospect Theo Gillen hit an opposite field solo home run off of Nigel Belgrave for the only hit of the game. The Wahoos still won it 4-1, and they won again on Friday in perhaps even more memorable fashion. The Wahoos surrendered 10 stolen bases. That tied a Southern League record, and they also allowed an 8-run inning. But with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing by a run, Christian Hernandez did this.
Hernandez swings a high fly center field. Horvath going back at the warning track. It's gone! With 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, Christian Hernandez ties us up.
That homer forced extras. The Biscuits scored once in the top of the 10th, but the Wahoos once again had an answer. Enter Jay Beshears.
Colin deals. Beshears swings. A drive down the left field line. It's gone! It's gone! Jay Beshears! Walk-off 3-run homer! And in one of the wildest nights you'll ever see at a baseball stadium, the Pensacola Blue Wahoos beat the Biscuits 13-11.
With a little more than 5 weeks left in the regular season, the Wahoos are 3 games up on the Biscuits, hoping to return to the playoffs for the first time since 2023. We'll talk to you next week as the Wahoos hope to creep ever closer to that playoff spot. This has been Eric Bramer with your Wahoos Update.
This is Ethan Ibe with an update on the Beloit Skycarp, the High-A affiliate of the Miami Marlins. The Skycarp enters Sunday with a 25-16 record, good for first place in the Midwest League's second half and just a game and a half ahead of Quad Cities. Beloit wraps up a 6-game homestand with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers this afternoon, where the Skycarp have won 2 of the first 5 games against the Brewers' High-A affiliate. Among the notable pitching performances this week, Dominican righty Leomar Martinez fired 5 innings of 3-run ball with 7 strikeouts in Tuesday's 9-3 loss. Venezuelan southpaw Brian Mendoza allowed 3 over 6 innings with 4 punch-outs and a 4-2 defeat on Wednesday. The first Beloit win this week arrived on Thursday in a 5-3 victory. The Skycarp backed up Nate Payne's 4 2/3 innings of 9 strikeout, 2-run ball with a 3-homer performance from Starlin Caba, Cody Schreier, and Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, whose 6 home runs since July 1st lead the team. Even though the Skycarp dropped Friday's ballgame 11-5, it was a game of first for the recently promoted Max Williams. The Marlins' 2025 third-round pick out of Florida State launched his first high-A home run in the 3rd inning of the contest. Williams joined the Skycarp after tearing up the Florida State League with the Jupiter Hammerheads to the tune of a .345 average and an OPS of nearly 1,000 in just 16 games. Williams missed the first half of the season, recovering from February surgery to repair a torn labrum in his left shoulder. Williams again went deep and drove in a run on a ground rule double in Beloit's 8-5 win on Saturday. Chase Jaworski also added a long ball in the victory. The Skycarp will look for the series split with the Timber Rattlers Sunday afternoon, and they will hit the road next week to face the Peoria Chiefs, the High A affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals. This has been your Beloit Skycarp Update. I'm Ethan I.
For the Jupiter Hammerheads, I'm Mickey Doolittle. Single A Jupiter enjoyed a great week against the Palm Beach Cardinals, where they won the first 4 games. It started with a 5-3 win on Tuesday. The Marlins' 14th overall pick, Jacob Lombard, made his professional debut. In his second plate appearance, he launched a solo home run to left field. By coincidence, his brother George blasted his first major league home run just minutes later in the Bronx. Cedric Vargas homered for Jupiter, a part of a 5-3 win in Game 1. A night later, Jupiter picked up a 2-1 win. In the top of the 8th inning, the game was still scoreless. However, Lombard hit an RBI single back up the middle for his second career RBI. Manuel Ganal tossed 5 shutout innings in the win. On Thursday and Friday nights, the Hammerheads were leading late, but blew the game open in the late innings. Josh Hogue hit his first multi-home run game of his career after entering the night with just 1 home run on the season. Cedric Vargas blasted his 6th home run in his last 9 games in the top of the 9th inning on Thursday to put the game out of reach in a 12-3 win. Hogue connected on another home run on Friday night, his 3rd in 4 games. It was a 3-run blast in the top of the 9th inning to help secure a 10-2 Jupiter win. On Saturday night, Demavi Teneo tossed 5 scoreless innings and struck out 7 Palm Beach hitters. However, Jupiter ended up losing 2-0. Next week, Jupiter stays at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium to host the St. Lucie Mets. For the Jupiter Hammerheads, I'm Mickey Doolittle.
Thanks to Eric Bramer, Ethan Ibe, Matt Davis, Brennan Erlinson, Charlie Holbert, and Mickey Doolittle. I'm Scott Kornberg. This has been the Miami Marlins Minor League Report.